we're going out here to plant a fake idol. We suspect that Alyssa and Marissa and probably Grant are working together. We'll take a picture with the way that it's covered up with the rocks and make sure that, when they see it, they'll probably know it's fake, but we'll have a certain pattern of rocks and we'll know if they came here and saw it. So our plan is, we're gonna tell Grant, and then if Grant tells Marissa and Alyssa, and they come out here and find it, we'll know that the rocks are in a different pattern. And we'll know that they came out here, that Grant told them, and that Grant's not on our side. Over and out.
Alright, so I find myself at the best burrito place in town, Cabo Bob's, having a celebratory burrito. You might ask, why is that? Well, I came across one of these bad boys, an immunity idol. Matter of fact, it's probably the last immunity idol out there. How did I acquire this, though? Melina got confused, didn't know what the clue was. The clue that she bought at the auction. She sent it in a group with me and Arju and asked for hints. That was mistake number one. I got the clue within 30 minutes. I knew where to go. I went with my wonderful girlfriend to the Lone Star Flight Museum and looked at the Zero-G aircraft, and I found this bad boy under some gravel. So what does this mean? One, no one knows I have it. I'm gonna play dumb for the rest of the game until I use it. Two, I'm immune. If I feel unsafe, I'm gonna use this. This is my first immunity idol. I'm really stoked on this, and I hope that the jury finds this play amusing enough to vote me the winner when the jury decides. So, only time will tell. When you're watching this, you'll probably know.
I know Grant has a fake idol, and essentially this is how the story goes. During the night of the auction, Melina got a secret hint, and on that secret hint, after we had dinner, Melina, Alex, and I shared the hint with each other, and essentially we wanted to work together to find this idol from the clue, which is at Lone Star Flight Museum. Now, immediately they found it that night, and obviously we need to kind of get Grant's vote and Grant's trust into this. So how do we get him to trust us? And it's by telling him that we have the hint and that we're gonna share it with him. But we kind of need to act quick. So we wanted to plant a fake idol exactly where Alex and Melina found this. And I think the idol is a coaster, and we immediately looked it up on Amazon. Melina sent me the link. I bought it. I bought this fake idol, and I had it shipped to Melina's house. I think that arrived, because it happened on Wednesday, it arrived probably Friday night. They planted it Saturday, and then I told Melina, send the hint text to Grant in our little four-way chat so that he can get us to trust him. For that, he told me that he found the idol, and he is so sure that it's real. Obviously, it's a fake one. And so I'm just playing them, and then he's telling me, like, I'm so sorry, Arju. I feel so guilty because I didn't tell you about it. And I'm like, oh no, don't worry. But wow, you got a real idol there. So obviously it's fake. I'm sorry, Grant, if you're watching this, it is completely fake. Honestly, I was kind of thinking that you were gonna share it with Red Team, and one of them would find it and give them like a false sense of hope that they could use that idol. But now I know that you have it, and so I'm trying to see how I could kind of play that into my advantage.
But I know Grant has the idol. I think it's fake. I think Melina placed a fake one there because it's not wooden, it's like a leather material. I also know mine's fake, but that's fine. I know he has the idol. I'm gonna eat my pizza now, you stop filming.
Elena and Alex, we wish you that you guys are the winners in Survivor. You've done so much to accomplish. So
Yeah.
we're rooting for you. Yay!
Hi,
Happy
Alex
Thanksgiving.
and Glenn. We're so proud of you. We miss you. We love you. We know you're kicking booty. You're doing great. And we can't wait to see one of you win it all. Woo!
I agree.
I agree.
You guys have a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Get to see your loved ones. A nice loved one visit, just like Survivor. All right, so today we have a challenge that it is all based on balance. So Alyssa, you've known what this challenge is gonna be. So you know, you might have gotten some chance to practice, hopefully. But the other advantage that came out at the challenge was Alex bought, Marissa and Alex went in together for the advantage in the challenge. So the advantage that they got was that they can pass half the pack. So Alex, how are you wanting to split that? You don't want to split it?
You think that's the right thing to do after portraying this a fake idol? You think that you're trying to frame us as the backstabbers, like we did the snaking, but you did some snaking too that night.
Oh.
I'd say it's even right now.
what is it?
So if you would like to bury the hatchet, maybe we could split. That's my piece offer.
Bury the hatchet.
We can split. That way we're both even. I feel like we've both wronged each other in the last vote off. So
Does that change any of our actions in the future?
I mean, you know, I guess it's totally up to you. You got to decide if you want the jury to see you as fair, somebody who, you know, because we've both kind of wronged each other in the last. But your decision.
Ultimately, she loaned you money, and
I did.
she got to see what the advantage was, and it is your choice how to split the advantage.
It's a whole milkshake I could have bought for myself.
$900 milkshake.
$4 milkshake.
I'm gonna keep it.
You're gonna keep it for yourself.
I'm gonna keep it.
All right, so Alex is,
I say that because I don't think changing anything at this point in the game will affect our future decisions.
all right, so Alex will not join the competition until 3 people are out. All right, let's begin. Starting with Grant.
Oh, okay.
You may begin when you're ready. That's 1. You're on.
I'm coming for you.
And you're good to dismount. Next, come on up. Number 2. All right, whenever you're ready.
Start after I achieve balance.
Yeah, once you have both feet on it. All right, you're on. And you're off. Next. You're on. You're off. Next. You're off. Let's go to the next round. Down to 1 can. Let's see it, Grant. On. Off. all past the first level. And nope, now you got 3x2. And Grant, you're out of this challenge.
That is so unbelievably hard. That is so unbelievably hard.
And you're on. Off. Milena following the same strategy. A very close move, but she makes it. Next round, starting with Marissa. How's it feel, Alex, to be not part of this yet?
I got relatively larger feet than probably most of the contestants, so I'm in a happy place right now. But everyone's making it look easier than I thought. So
Okay.
we'll see.
Marissa coming in for the 2x1 pillar.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta lace these up. No more flip-flops.
Getting serious.
Also, I'm no longer satisfied with any of these
Going up to 3, guys. 3x3.
I don't like this, Brookie. This is for you, Cruz. I remember those cold nights when we'd share that bunk. I knew this part.
Next. Arju basically doing whatever Alyssa does in front of him. Is that the round? Oh, I missed the bow. You're on. And Marissa is out for the round.
We're good. Woo!
Passes the round. Next. Alex, any concern about not getting to practice like everyone else has gotten to?
Yeah, definitely.
A little bit of concern there?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a different technique though, so for better or for worse.
You're on, and that fell. Do you want me to stop filming you?
Yes, I'm filming.
I'm gonna say the same thing I said to Milena. Very careful with your face.
Yes.
Very careful with, it will fall out from under you.
I won't fall. I'm gonna fall now because I said that.
You usually do lose when you say you have extreme confidence.
Oh, I say that every time.
And how many times have you lost?
I won every mini challenge that I have been in solo, which has been one.
Alyssa, the first to pass this round. And that means that Alex, you will be joining this round.
Let's go. Let's go.
Going for barefoot.
Oh, that hurts. Yeah, don't do barefoot. That is not good.
Arjun taking his time.
Yeah, there's no like specific time.
Only on the standing on it. And you're on. Ah. All right, Alex, your first attempt. Alex taking massive benefit from his advantage, skipping 3 people, half the pack. All right, gotta see contact on the can. You're on. Ah. Next round. So we're going just straight to 2x4.
I didn't pull up, but all my weight was in my arms.
Okay.
But you can't, you gotta be careful with it. If you do too much, you can't feel it.
You're on. Next. Off. Arju is out of this challenge. We are down to 2, Alyssa and Alex.
Yeah, I lifted too fast.
Any last words?
GG, Alyssa.
Down to 4x1.
GG, Alyssa.
Go ahead. You're on. Off. And that is down. Now Alex must complete the same. That's pretty dented.
This one's going on top. It's not terrible. GG, Alyssa.
If Alex succeeds in this, he will win immunity. A guaranteed spot in the final 5 on a stack of 5-can pie. You're on. Off. Oh! Anyone want a drink?
Just does.
Dr. Thunder, baby!
I assume none of you want to use that particular can. Both failed the last round. We're gonna move to 1 pillar because we got a lot of broken cans. Go ahead on 5x1. You're on. And that's a fall. Alex has another chance at immunity now.
Set yourself up as good as
See that? Saw that.
Once again for immunity, Alex on 5 cans. You're on. Off. And immunity goes to Alex. Guaranteed spot in the final 5.
That was rough.
Hey, Brophy, plan A's working pretty well.
Go.
Hi. So, my advantage that I bought was that I learned that one extra idol was in play. There were 3 people who could have that idol, and it could have been Melina, Alex, or Grant. I don't know, maybe it's on me, but I trust Grant. And then I noticed, like, I was just watching body language during the challenge, and he was like clapping a lot for Arju, and I was like, huh.
Yeah.
And anyway, so that just kind of made me a little nervous. But I do trust him that he doesn't have it.
Yeah.
It's either Alex or Melina that has this idol.
You don't think Arju has it?
Yeah.
I don't have reason to think he does. After the challenge today, he was like, Alyssa, I'm off with the challenges. I don't have any idols. I'm still here. And he just seemed like confused and
He's
possibly
stressed
concerned.
out, I think.
Yeah.
I bought the clue to know how many idols were left in the game.
To be fair, that was also the same day Melina got the hint, but didn't.
She
necessarily
did, but
get
when I learned about it, it wasn't in play.
Okay, I just remembered I wasn't hiding this from you. I'm sorry, Grant. Grant has an idol, but I think it's fake. He found the don't tell him I said he's gonna tell me this, and don't tell anyone else. But again, sorry, Grant. He found the idol from Melina's hint because Melina sent a hint out to Grant and Arju, and it was like, guys, I can't figure this out. It was a solid hint, by the way. Good job.
Arju told me he didn't get the hint, that they weren't sharing anything with him.
It was more recent. It was not right away. It was a couple days later. And so Grant went and found it, but I think it's fake because it's not even wooden. It's just a coaster. And I told Grant I think it's fake, but hold on to it. It's good to have just in case.
I wouldn't be surprised if Melina and Alex sent that out as that would be a good move.
So it seems like everyone has idols or fake idols now.
But there is at least one in play.
Yes,
'Cause
and I
that
don't
was what
think
I
it's
was told.
twins. His is like a leather. It's still a coaster. It's brown. It looks professional, but it's not the same ones. Which it could just be different. Brophy could be laughing right now. Think about almost like that.
I know that one idol is being held by someone in the game from
Before Melina's hint went out too.
Yes, before Melina's hint, and it's held. I highly suspect that it was Alex. I think Alex had a real one and a fake one. He played you with the fake one because looking back, Melina wasn't trying to get him to stop doing that. And he knows enough about Survivor, I feel like, that he knows never to give away an idol. But giving away a fake idol? And I feel like Melina would have, even if he didn't think about it, Melina would have been like, no, stop. She seems like she's kind of like the quiet, thinker. And Alex has made it clear a bunch of times that he just plays hard, full tilt, he's all in, which, both strategies have been successful. He's making us seem out like snakes, but really he was trying to tempt her with a fake idol. And then he would have turned around and voted you out immediately the next week. And Melina, let's say in all likelihood, also found the idol, replaced it with. So we've got both of those guys are pretty much solid.
So we have to vote Arju out.
We have to vote Arju out, and then
I think he knows too.
Yeah.
So we have 4 because I think we're good with Grant and Arju right now. So we have 4 plus my extra. So we have 5. So we do have control. If we really think Melina has an idol, we should try to flush it out of her, make her play it. I don't want to vote Arju out. That is something. I'm gonna feel bad. But I think that might be what we have to do because then she'll play her idol. We can get her the next time rather than wasting our votes on her.
So we need to have a plan A, I think, going into this.
We need to
I'm literally leaving the conversation that me and Alyssa just had because I am terrified that Alyssa might have gone in with Grant and they might be scheming to get me out. Just based off of some body language I saw tonight and the fact that I didn't really have many texts ahead of time. I don't know, it just worries me. And also it would definitely make sense for Alyssa, I think, to get me out. I think that would be a really big move. And if there's any doubt, if what she told me earlier was true, that she thinks that in the final 3 I would be her one competition, makes sense. But at the same time, I also believe her that she doesn't want to do any more of the crazy moves. And to be honest, I really don't either. But I also don't want to get blindsided, and I've said since the beginning, Alyssa's a great player and she's going to play the way a great player does, so I'm just a little stressed about that.
All right, well, this is what it comes down to. 6 people left, probably 3 versus 3, me, Milena, and Arju against Grant, Alyssa, and Marissa.
All right, so today is final 6 tribal, and so it's a very important tribal. Alex and Milena have trust in me, but unfortunately I do not want them in the final 3. It is gonna be suicide for me, so I have made an unexpected alliance, given information over, and so these 2 here are my final 3.
Arju very well could flip. If that happens, then GG. But I don't think he makes the final 3 if he does. I don't know. What we're gonna do is try to create as much chaos as possible. You know, change who has the immunity necklace, change who has the immunity idol, flash the immunity idol, do what we need to do to figure out who they're voting for, make sure that they're safe. Now it's do or die, right here, right now. Whoever wins this this face-off probably is set up pretty well for the rest of the game.
We need to get Alex out, and we've gotten information that he's going to give the necklace, the idol, to Milena, which means that he's vulnerable. We also know that he's making a fake idol, and he probably does have a real idol. Arju is sussed out that he's going to try and play the fake idol off as real to kind of, I guess, dissuade us.
Read the room.
Yeah, read the room.
He's gonna play it on himself, the fake idol on himself.
Yes. But Alex and Milena also think that Red is voting for Arju, which we're not, right?
He's gonna be, oh, okay, they are actually voting for Arju. He needs the idol so that he can keep his alliances, so that in the next round he can stay in again. So he's then going to give Arju his real idol. Arju's safe. And then Alex is vulnerable, he has a fake idol on himself. And then Marissa and I, and my double vote, are gonna have 3 votes on Alex, and he's actually going to get out after all that.
Yep. I think that is the for sure plan to get Alex out. He's been a threat this entire time. I kind of kept him in here as a shield, but that use is now gone, and sorry, Alex. That's it. That's a good plan.
If it's me that leaves today, it is what it is. I'm happy with how far I made it. If it's not me, then we'll see how far we can go. Let's do this.
Basically, what you guys know is that 3 votes are going to Alex, and that's coming from Alyssa's double vote, basically her vote, the double vote, and Marissa. But what I already do know is that Alex and Milena are putting their votes to Alyssa, so that's 2 to Alyssa, and Grant and I are putting our votes to Marissa, so that's 2 votes. Why this needs to happen is because in case Alex does not use his real idol on me, so he doesn't take that bait, and he uses it on himself, that means there are 2 tied votes between Alyssa and Marissa. Alyssa knows this, and so basically that's a tiebreaker, and when we recast our votes again, we are all gonna put our vote to Marissa. Now there is another scenario, and this is my best interest, and it's to draw it and flush out all these idols so that it does not get used on Final 5. So this tribal, I'm hoping that Alex does use that real idol, so that gets flushed out, right? Also, I made it key that and Alyssa knows this, that if Alex plays it, then she has to play hers. I'm also not sure if Marissa has like some kind of legacy advantage idol or whatever, but obviously if she plays it, then that triggers Alyssa to play it. Also, I told Grant, because he's the only one that knows this, and he actually accidentally dropped this into Alyssa, but I told him to play his idol, not knowing that it's fake, but I told him to play this fake idol, that he knows it, that he thinks it's real, once Alyssa plays her, so that if there is a tiebreaker, and obviously, you know, Alex is safe on this tiebreaker situation between Alyssa and Marissa because he used an idol on himself. Malena is safe because she got that immunity necklace. Marissa and Alyssa can't be in this vote because they were the ones that got tie broke. Basically, to be between Grant and I. Grant thinks he's gonna be safe because he used that idol, not knowing it's fake, and then it's gonna have to kind of lead to drawing rocks. So I told him that I am gonna be honorable and I'm gonna be getting out because everybody used their idols and I'm okay with it. I just don't want him to think that he is safe for Final 5. So I need him to use that. So. Like I said before, I am just so bad at all these challenges and finding idols. So I think my only way is essentially winning the social game. And hopefully that'll get me to the final 3. So wish me luck, I guess.
So tonight's probably the most important tribal, and we have to make our moves right if we want to continue in the game. I'm happy with how far I've come. I'm happy with how far, surprisingly, Alex and I have both come in the game. It's been a lot of fun, but I'm pretty confident in our plan tonight, and it's gonna be pretty interesting. So whatever happens, happens, but we're gonna try our best to keep us in, Arju, Alex, and I, to keep going and hopefully make it to the final 3.
The video Arju, Grant, and I shot earlier is truly what I'm doing, but this has been the most scared I've been in Survivor this entire time. If Marissa has not been responding to me, she knows the plan for the most part. She didn't comment on the fact that if there's a tie, it's between me and her. So I'm hoping she's just so busy she hasn't thought about it. But if she thinks about it, then she might flip her vote or change it to try to change the outcome, and then Alex doesn't get out anymore. So I am terrified. Arju or Grant could easily flip and I'm out. This could be an elaborate plan to get me out because they know if I'm going to play the idol or not based on, you know, the entire plan we just explained. Well, actually, we didn't explain this part. If Alex plays his real idol on himself and Marissa has an idol and she plays it, then I'm going to play my idol. Otherwise, I'm not going to, because say Alex plays his, but Marissa doesn't, then there's a tie between me and Marissa, and Grant and Arju have confirmed that they would keep me in and vote Marissa out, so I don't need to waste my idol. I do think it's fake still, but it's even better to have. So yeah, this is the most scared I've been. I hope everyone's just as freaked out as I am. We'll see. The plan works as long as all of us are truly in on it and truly going with it. I hope Marissa doesn't turn on me. Oh.
Even making the decision to kick out Alex today in Tribal, it really is tough. I kind of called him, and you know, he's been kind of the day one alliance, even with Malena. Making this decision isn't easy since you know there's friendships and all of this. I just hope that they recognize that it's a game. It's out of respect of the game that we're kind of doing this. I do want to win, and I just hope that this has nothing to do with like how I actually feel and everything, because you guys are just you guys are also great. I just I'd like to win, and I feel like this is the best option for me to win. It's just, you know, when you give a call to try to strategize and then you kind of talking about like little personal stuff, man, Alex, like, and everybody, it's just, you know, it's hard not to make it personal, but just know that the decisions that are being made on the votes has nothing to do with you as like a person or anything. It's just basically how good you are at the game, and I hope I can get your votes in the jury. So thanks.
Hi Brophy, I just wanted to explain to you my and Alyssa's thoughts going into tribal tonight. So I've had to write it all out because this one's really confusing. I even came up with my own types of diagrams right here, where each one of these circles represents us with our, you know, like A, Alex, G, Grant, and then when tallying up, someone's standing against them, and filling shading circle any person in the square means the person has immunity, or not. So that's like my little charts that I've used. I have several of them on here. Okay, so basically, here's what's going on. We have Milena and Alex in one group, Grant and Arju in another group, and Alyssa and I in the third group. Now, Grant is with us, and Arju is really with us tonight as well. However, Alex really trusts Arju, and he's been skeptical about Grant, even though Grant has been tricking him and Milena that he's with them. So hopefully what we're gonna do tonight, we have a plan A and plan B, and that is if Alex keeps the necklace for himself, we're gonna vote Milena, but Alyssa's gonna use her double vote on Arju just in case Milena plays the idol at the end, because we know Milena and Alex have voted for, we'll definitely vote for either me or Alyssa, but they'll vote together. So we wanted to have a split vote and take it to a tie in that case. If there is a tie, we prefer that I'm the one in the tie. That way Alyssa can use her double vote to save me. If not, I will draw rocks to save Alyssa. If Alex gives his necklace to Milena, which we're pretty sure is going to happen tonight, we are going to all vote Alex. He thinks we're voting Arju, so we think he has two idols. And that's what he has told Arju, that he's going to give his necklace to Milena, and then give his idol to Arju to save him. So we know that, and we're going to act accordingly. We're going to kind of smile faintly to each other when he plays his idol, to show that we're happy he flushed in. And we're going to be like, oh no, when he votes, if he gives it to Arju, to say like, oh, this is fully expected, that ruined our plans to vote on Arju, even though our plan is to vote him out. So anyway, we've got plans A and B, we've got facial expressions planned, and anyway, we're gonna go head to tribal council right now, so see how it goes.
So it's either Alex or Milena that has that idol.
There's a cat. Sorry.
Can you guys scooch closer together?
Yes.
Can you film the cat though?
Kitty.
Like,
Oh wow! Running.
where'd he go?
He ran. Gone.
I missed it. Can you be like
Yes, we
very
can, like,
close
act like
friends?
we like each other.
This is good. You want closer?
Closer. Give each other a hug.
Is that what you want? No, idols. There's the cat again on the fence. Sorry, my eyes are trained to find animals.
I admire that skill of yours. The number of times we've been out doing Survivor stuff and then like, never mind, let's go look at the possum or the raccoon or the cat or the rats or the cats. I saw 2 cats at one time.
Yeah, that was cute when you found the idol. I'm not salty.
I felt so bad.
No, you're good.
There's been so many confessional videos of me crying. In my Ruffy, I feel so bad.